Hey Gemini, this is Perrymore Tarot's weekend reading from February 21st through the 23rd, 2025. This is for Gemini. Last shuffle here for Gemini. Let's see what's going on. So Gemini, we have Ascendant Masters and we have Fear. There's a lot here that you understand. You understand you got to get a move on. That much is for sure. But there's a fear. And it seems like when you were in this predicament, you may have felt like you were going through a lot of karma. Whatever this is, it's like karma. I couldn't see very clearly what I was getting myself into before, but now you do. Spirit is telling you that you know enough now that you'll be more successful if you just move on. The fear is that if you stay in this, which you were in a situation that may have been really, really toxic. The devil is toxic with fear. If you're afraid of the devil energy, then that means that you're afraid of being in a toxic situation again. You're afraid that if I move on, I'm just going to move on to a more toxic situation, or that I'm just going to get my heart broken. There's something here about thinking that you don't make great decisions. My thought process is not so good. I obviously, because look what I chose. Look who I chose to be in my life. Look what I chose. There's something now Spirit is showing that you think very clearly. You do see very clearly. I'm seeing South Node energy in this, right? So there's a lot of karma attached to the situation that you've been in. They're showing that now it's time for you. So it's almost as though you're free. You may not realize you're free because you may still be involved in something that's very heartbreaking. You may be separating from people. You may be separated from people. Something about the situation may have felt very chaotic, and it may have felt like, dang, I got kicked while I was down. Not only did this happen to me, this tragedy, this thing I'm trying to move on from, not only is that occurring, but now I'm in another, now I'm separated from people that matter to me. So Ascended Masters, Six of Swords, Six of Wands, Hierophant, and Two of Swords. It's difficult to make a choice, and it's difficult to make, to choose, and to determine the right path in a situation now. And it mostly just looks like you may feel trapped in a situation. You may feel like publicly I'm trapped, like I'm being watched. Some of you may feel like you're being surveyed, or on probation, if you will. Some of you may actually be on probation right now. Some of you may be successfully going through that, if that's the case. They're showing success, but they're also showing that someone's very, very upset. So the fear is the Devil and Queen of Swords. A lot of this energy that you are putting out is a fear of, like, I'm not all the way there, obviously. Some of you may be actually still sick with grief, because they're showing like a short illness, and an illness looks more mental than anything else. Some of you may be concerned that if they're like, say you are grieving, that perhaps if there was like physical ailments that were attached to a person, you may be concerned that maybe your body isn't working correctly. Some of you may have been body shamed in a situation, like perhaps there was a third party and it was extremely painful, and now you look at yourself and go, what the fudge? You know what I mean? You were interested in that, and I am this. And so I'm seeing someone who's in that space. The Spirit's asking you to forgive the whole situation and to start focusing more on you. Self-respect. And the self-respect aspect comes from understanding that, one, you see very clearly, don't gaslight yourself. Two, know that miracles happen in your favor. Three, that your body is a wondrous and magnificent machine, and you are privileged to have it. They're asking you to forgive because they're saying that if you focus a lot of your energy on past events, you're wasting your precious time. If they're saying you're wasting your precious time, then that means that there's nothing there, and that it's time to move forward. That there is more richness in the darkness that's surrounding you than it is at any point around certain people that you've been dealing with. I'm seeing angel number 1001. Someone's going through a dark night of the soul here, or feels like they are, but they're actually being enlightened. You're being enlightened to the fact, number one, no matter how sad something is, that you have a clear vision. Don't think that your picker is broken, kind of vibe. how we pick certain things in our lives or certain people in our lives, and then it turns into being a karmic lesson. And then we go, what the heck is wrong with us? Why couldn't we see that? Why would I choose that for myself? That's something that someone may be asking. I see kindred partnership here with 5 of Wands and 3 of Pentacles. Now, this kindred partnership is one where this person is struggling to work with you. So they may like this may also mess with someone's head, because a kindred partnership means we have a lot in common. We have a common interest, common goals, and we think the same to some degree. But then they're in a combative energy with someone where I'm not working alongside Gemini, I'm working against Gemini. That would mess with someone's head, I have to say. So Spirit is throwing that out here, that you have to make a decision on how to move forward, how to trudge forward in this situation. They're showing that this person is not very receptive. This is someone who's very emotional, moody, depressive, sensitive. Okay, this is someone who's very negative. They're always thinking about themselves. They're even with the devil, they're showing an addiction energy. Like this person is addicted to chaos, and that you know well enough to know that you need to get out of a situation. Whoever this person is, it could be your best friend, it could be your significant other, it could be anyone that you are in a partnership with, and that could be at work. And this person they have a lot of internal battles they need to fight through. And dark thoughts is the Fool and the 5 of Wands. A lot of you may not trust taking a leap of faith in a direction. You may feel like everything is always against you. You may feel like you're very disappointed. I just see someone who's disappointed in thinking about the future. And dark thoughts is usually about what's ahead of me. Things look more daunting ahead of you, as you see his shadow is way taller than him, right? And he's looking ahead like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be hard. I don't even, if that's happening right now, then looks can be deceiving in this maze. They're showing that you may be struggling with moving forward, but the 1001 is speaking about how that will pass. So in the future, like the first few steps is going to be very difficult. And then when you get closer, because this is all a lighting issue with dark thoughts. And so they're showing like this will pass. So you might get into the maze, and then everything starts to look exactly the way it should. There's no dark cast, long cast shadow. Everything is exactly the way it should be. And so they're throwing out here that you're going through a spiritual awakening, a lot of you. So you may start feeling like something isn't right. Maybe you don't feel well. You start to feel sick. Some of you, they're showing like a year from now, whatever miracles, whatever intentions you put out are going to start coming back towards you. So this would be that time. You know how like we go through moon phases and we're saying, okay, this is the new moon in Virgo, right? Because that will be the next new moon, I believe. Okay, so by the time Virgo comes up, this will come to fruition. Well, according to this, in a year from now, you will have worked through this South Node issue. Whatever this karmic issue is, you'll have worked through this. This may be next year in Pisces, it would come through, where you will be surrounded so much more with sociable, empathetic people, intuitive people, adaptable people. But right now, Spirit is asking you to take a chance on miracles. Take a chance on Spirit. I know how this sounds, but they're saying you know well enough to know that you got to get out of a situation. You're going to successfully get through something, especially for some of you who are going through probation. Especially if some of you, it could be a probationary period at work. You will be dealing with combative people that they're supposed to be working with you and compromising with you. I don't like this reading at all. I'm trying to find the silver lining, y'all. But they're asking you to forgive these people. And if that's the case, that means that, especially if South Node is attached, the angrier you get, the more karma comes in, and karma weighs everybody. So then karma is looking at you like, why haven't you let this go? I'm going to get you too. But I'm also getting them because of the level of anger, the level of hurt that you're experiencing. But you're also going to get got too. You know what I mean? Because your heart's supposed to be as light as a feather. So I'm just going to leave that with you. You could be dealing with a Taurus, an Aries, a Capricorn. There's also another Gemini, an Aquarius, or a Libra. So you could be a Taurus, Gemini cusp, dealing with an Aries, Taurus cusp, or a Capricorn, Aquarius cusp. But if you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.